are not fantasy. I want to put these below here, and I've acquired a few more fantasy books, so I want to arrange them properly. I love this series. I think it was fun. Most of the fantasy books here I really liked. This is mostly my favorite shelf, and mostly everything here is historical fiction and literary fiction, maybe.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight.
This is my classics shelf, and this is my non-fiction.
Well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain.
This is my 2023 TBR, and my bookmarks jar and chits that I've made to pick up random books. But I feel like I'm not going to follow this TBR because I have been reading really good books this year, and they are not from these. And the two books, except Winners, and the two books that I'm trying to read right now from this, which is the Greenwood and the English Patient. Both of those books I have been stuck at 100 pages for like more than a month now. So I don't know whether I should continue this or not. I want to read more from my bookshelf because I have a lot of unread books. So maybe I'll try to pick things from this jar and read those rather than just sticking to this TBR. I mean, I love this fiction TBR, but I'm not very sure about this non-fiction and what classics and all those books. And also, I think it's not the books, it's me, because it's very hard for me to like start a book, and it's very hard. The first 100 pages of the books are very hard because you don't know whether you like the book or not, and it gets really frustrating. You can't I don't want to DNF because I don't dislike those books, but I'm not 100% invested in those books. So it's hard. But I'm going to try to finish those books, and I'm not sure about this. I mean, I have picked the books that I really want to read as soon as possible. So maybe I'll pick a few of these, but I'm not going to stick to this anymore. I don't think I can do it. And on the last shelf, it is these are a few random books that were there in my. I'm not a big fan of Little Women. Then Book Lovers, I wanted to read this as soon as possible. This bag also has some books, I need to remove those. And finally, another set of uh, these are like my small book pile when I don't feel like reading much. But I don't like to pick up small books that much because I feel like I'm cheating. It's not like I don't want to read for numbers, and if I'm picking up a small book, it's for the number, not because I feel like it. So I don't usually pick them up. I only pick them up when I feel like it. And the first one is of Frederick Bachman, so I'm like saving it for a good time. Then there's most of the other ones are like picture books and mangas and graphic novels and all. And there are two fiction. I think I'm going to remove these last two shelves, and then I'm going to start rearranging. My main focus is that I want to put all the books that I've read, and I mean, I like them, but I don't think I'll read them again. They're not my, you know, topmost books. I'm going to put them on the top because I don't touch anything on the top. I don't know why my Bachmans are there, they should not be there. Then I want to make this shelf like a normal shelf. I just want to cancel this 2023 TBR. Even if I want to continue with it, I'll just pick them up from where they are. Then this shelf, I want to maybe keep it as a classics or a non-fiction shelf. And then like these three shelf, the bottom shelf, I want to make it the fantasy shelf because I have read most of my fantasy, so I don't touch those that much, but I want them to be more accessible. And then both of these are going to be my historical and literary fiction shelf.
You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak just my mind. Oh. You're chilling when the rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh,
I'll just give a quick overview of the whole thing, and then I'll show you all. I'll just mention all the books and tell you all about my favorite and what I'm very excited to read. So let's start with the bottom shelf, and this is my fantasy shelf, fantasy and graphic novels. So my Potter books, then Princess Bride, Grimm's Fairy Tales, I haven't read it, then the Luna Chronicles, and Sorcery of Thorns. I've read all of these. Then I have to read To Kill a Kingdom. This was a gift, and I have to read these both. I just read the first book, and I'm very excited to move on to the second one. And this is a borrowed book, and I've heard really great things about Robin Hood books, so I want to try. Next is my Six of Crows. I love these books. Then Strange the Dreamer. I have heard nothing but amazing things about this book, but I don't know why I have it on my shelf since years and I haven't read it. So I decided to put it on my 2023 TBR. But yeah, I really want to read it this year. And if I really like it, then I'll read the second book in the series also. Then all my graphic novels, few picture books, and these are so cute. And they're so like heartwarming also. I found a few at Mark. Like this is very sad but cute at the same time. My dad has to be in a wheelchair, but he can do most everything except walk and play sports. But I wouldn't trade him for anybody except Mark McGuire. Paul. I really like this. And I saw a collection of me and my mom also. And I should have bought it, but I didn't. I just bought this dad one. So this is the second shelf. We have Pachinko, 5 stars, amazing book. The Book Thief. I I read this book after watching the movie. I think I like the movie more, but the book is also very nice. Cersei, I enjoyed this one. The House on the Cerulean Sea, enjoyed this one. Song of Achilles, yes, enjoyed. The Kite Runner, cried, enjoyed. I can't say I enjoyed this, but I think every Khalid Hosseini book is so heartbreaking, so heart touching, and every each one that I've read has been a 5 star. I think he's an amazing author. Then The Binding, I love, love, love this book. 5 stars. Amazing book. Please read it. Snowflower and the Secret Fan, another great, great book. Please read this also. Then Call Me By Your Name. I've seen the movie and I've heard amazing things about this book. So I wanted to read it, but I don't know when I'll get to it. Salt to the Sea. Heard amazing things about this. The Shadow of the Wind. The War That Saved My Life. The Mountain Sings. Beast of a Little Land. The Nightingale. Orphan Train. White Chrysanthemum. I read this on my uh, journey back from my trip this year or last year. The Maiden of the Blue Willow and other Japanese folktales. Winter Garden. I'm really excited to read this one. Then I think this can be non-fiction. This should be non-fiction. I don't know, but I've kept it here because the sizes of all these are the same. The God of Small Things, Miss Benson's Beetle, Where the Crawdads Sing. I'm not sure if I'll read this book. Let's see, I'll keep it for now. The Shadow King, Now We Shall Be Entirely Free. And the last one in here is The Beekeeper of Aleppo. Aleppo? I'm not sure. Then Dandelion Vine, The Night Circus. When I read The Night Circus, it was so hyped, and I just didn't like it as much as everybody else did. but it was still fun. And also, I think this might be the cheapest book that I've bought till now. I think I bought it for like 20 or 30 rupees from my college library. They were selling their books, selling their old books. Then Lonely Castle in the Mirror. I think this is my most recent buy. Still Life, Bear Town. Oh, love, 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 love. I'll Give You the Sun, The Secret Keeper, and Everything I Never Told You. And the last three books over here are Sing, Unburied Sing, and Beach Read, and The Midnight Library, which is again a gift. I've heard very mixed things about The Midnight Library, so I wasn't sure, and I'm not still yet sure if whether I want to read it or not. So this shelf is very tall, and I have all of my like big size paper bags and hard covers on the shelf. So we'll start with the Overstory and A Gentleman in Moscow, Cloud Atlas, uh, a book of form, the Book of Form and Emptiness. My Name is Red. I want to read this year. Even this one, 100 Years of Solitude, The Eighth Life. If there's only one book you read from all the books that I recommend, then please, please, please read The Eighth Life. It was amazing. I learned so many things from this book. The writing is amazing. The characters are so flawed. You sort of love and hate them at the same time. But please, please read it. Then The Greenwood. Um, every morning the way home gets longer and longer. Very excited to read this one. And Minor Detail, Death in Spring, and Book Lovers. I can't seem to find a man called Uwe, and I don't know why. I've read it and I can't find it anywhere. I hope I've not lost it. Then we'll start with Once Upon a River and The Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, very good books. Highly, highly recommend these books. Then Us Against You and Frederick Parkman. I think I take back what I said about The Eighth Life. Maybe we should read both of these books, both of this series and The Eighth Life, because amazing, amazing. Us Against You, I think, is the best one in the series, according to me. I love it. But all three books are 5 stars. They're amazing. I wish I had Bear Town in this size and I could keep them together, but I don't. Then Anxious People. This is my least favorite Bachman book. I really didn't enjoy this one. I was so excited for this one, but I didn't enjoy it. Then The Mountains Echoed and The Mountains Echoed. I read this book a long, long, long time ago, and I didn't own it, so I wanted to own it. And now that I own it, I feel like I don't remember the story that much, so I need to reread it. Then A Thousand Ships. This was also 5 stars, by the way. And Island of Missing Trees, The Sweetness of Water, Never Let Me Go. I want to read this year. Hamnet. I want to read this year. Interpreter of All Maladies. I want to try Jhumpa Lahiri. I feel like I don't read as many Indian authors as I should be. And Curious Tales of from the Himalayas. Very excited to read this one. Then A Thousand Splendid Suns. This is another Khalid Hosseini, but I have not read this one. I think it's high time I need to read this. It's been on my shelf since years. Then The Love Songs of W.E.B. Du Bois, I don't know. History of the Rain, The Giver of Stars, Lincoln in the Bardo, The Kingdoms, Vanishing Act of Esme Lennox. I found this secondhand somewhere. recently. Sharks in the Time of Saviors. We measure the earth with our bodies. I'm very excited to read this, and I feel the title is also so good. Fingersmith, the the, the Gin Patrol on the Purple Line. I've heard very good things about this one. Then How Do You Live? I read that book and it was good. These few books. The Starless Sea. Oh shit. I'm so stupid. I told everyone just to read the eighth life whole from all the books that I recommend, but no. You have to read the eighth life, the Bear Town series, the Starless Sea, and Homegoing because these both are epic books. I don't have words to describe how they made me feel. The Sea was just amazing, and Homegoing was fantastic. Please read these books. Then The Night Watchman, Fresh Water for Flowers. I have a I feel like I have a feeling that I'm going to love this book, but I don't know why I'm not picking it up. And then we have Do Not Say We Have Nothing. We have reached my nonfiction section on my nonfiction and classics shelf, and I guess this whole pile is nonfiction and maybe these two books. So let's start with Letters to a Young Poet by Rilke. Then Remnants of a Separation. Maybe You Should Talk to Someone. Atomic Habits, An Immense World. How Animal Senses Reveal the Hidden Realms Around Us. Hood Feminism. A Swim in a Pond in the Lake. In the Rain. Diary of a Young Girl. Then when breath becomes air, word by word. Secret Life of Dictionaries. Trevor Noah, he's my favorite comedian. H is for Hawk. Chernobyl Prayer, and The Hidden Life of Trees. And we have Astrophysics for People in Hurry and The Clothing of Books. Most of these are unread. I've read The Clothing of Books and Wild Swans. I have read Born a Crime, then Hood Feminism, Some of Atomic Habits, and Clothing of Books. And I've started so many of these but not continued them. My classics section. This is a bookmark. I've not used this. I've read majority of these. Then let's start with my Penguin English Library. The 5 Orange Pips and Other Cases, Annual Form, The Hound of Baskerville, The Picture of Dorian Gray, To the Lighthouse, Howard's End, and North and South. North and South, I think, is my favorite classic of all time. I like it even more than Pride and Prejudice. And the male lead in this one, I think Mr. Thornton. I don't know. I think he's better than Mr. Darcy. I when I read it, I thought he was. I liked him more than Mr. Darcy, and highly recommend North and South. And I feel it's getting a lot of hype right now on Insta, and I see a lot of people mentioning North and South in their favorite books, and I love it. Then Little Dorrit, I Capture the Castle, The Woman in White, East of Eden. I'm hearing a lot of good things about this book also, and I want to read it. Then Great Expectations, A Little Princess. I really dislike this book, and I'm thinking about unhauling this. I think it was I feel like the main girl was very self-centered, and she felt like she was, I think she behaved like a more superior person to other people around her, and also it was racist, and I felt like she was a brat. I don't like this book. Then let's move on. Penguin, Black Classics. So I'll just start first with these random ones. A Christmas Carol, The Little Princess, Siddhartha, Things Fall Apart. Now, Anna Karenina, Tess of the D'Urbervilles, Phantom of the Opera, The Count of Monte Cristo, Master and Margarita. I'm very excited to read The Phantom of the Opera. Wuthering Heights, The Professor, Wives and Daughters. Very excited to read this one because I loved North and South, and I have also heard amazing things about this one. The Warden and Jane Eyre. I want to reread Jane Eyre. It's been a long time. And I also want to reread Pride and Prejudice. It has been a long time. Then Persuasion, Northanger Abbey, Emma. I have yet to read Emma. The Tenant of Wildfell Hall, Sense and Sensibility, The Secret Garden, uh, The Old Man and the Sea. This is the most this is the tiniest book that I own, and I think I've started this book like 3 to 4 times, and for some reason I'm not able to finish it. I don't know why. Far from the Madding Crowd and A Midsummer Night's Dream. Killer Mockingbird. I think this must be the first classic that I ever read, and it just blew my mind and amazing. I think I need to reread, but I'm really, really scared to reread it because I feel like I won't like it as much as I liked it when I read it for the first time. Then A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, Beloved. Really excited to try some Toni Morrison. Then these are my Puffin and Bloom editions of Heidi and Anne of Green Gables, and I'm so happy that I really wanted to buy the whole box set. I guess there are four in the box set: Little Women and the Little Princess, Heidi and Anne of Green Gables, and I've read all four, and I really did enjoy Little Women and A Little Princess, and these both I loved. So I'm very happy that I didn't waste my money on the other two. Then I have Anne of Avonlea, Anne of the Island, and of Anne of Windy Willows, and Anne of Ingleside. I'm not sure. I've read these two, and I need to continue this series. Then I have this whole collection of Beatrix Potter books. I found them recently in a second hand like book fair, and they were very cheap, so I bought them all together. The only two poetry collections that I own, it's the World's Wife by Carol Ann Duffy, and this is Poems of Gratitude. This is by miscellaneous writers, and I've been loving this book. This has some amazing poems. I highly recommend this collection. It's an Everyman's Library edition. Then we have my a little Bhagavad Gita. It's the cutest. Sticky tabs and sticky notes, and I have this whole collection of bookmarks. These I've ordered online, and there are a lot of like BTS and 17 bookmarks that I've made. My 17 bookmark, then a bookmark from my favorite anime movie, another 17. Junghan is one of my biases. Then I have these like painting ones from one of such collections. I got it on AliExpress. Then another one. I got this from, I guess, a flea market. This I bought from like a little fair or something. Another few from my favorite movie, but I feel like these are very thin. I want it on a thicker paper. BTS, some random ones. 17. Hoshi. Hoshi is another one of my biases. And even Bono. Studio Ghibli, and in my corner of V and Wonu. They're giving such a similar vibes in this one. And also another few random ones. So this is a bowl of all the fiction that I own, and I've never picked anything from this. The September Girls, Norwegian Wood. I don't think I'm ever going to read a Murakami, but this was a gift, so I've kept it. Then 100 Names. Maybe I'll try this Murakami. All the Light We Cannot See. I found this okay. I'm the Messenger. I enjoyed this one. Then I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and all the Boys I Loved Before books. I've read the first book, and I found her voice very childish, so I don't know if I'm going to continue the book. Fangirl. I enjoyed this when I read it, and The Hate You Give. I need to read that one. Then Handcuffs, Kisses, and Awkward Situations. If you ever wanted to know whether I was a Wattpad girl, then this book shows that I was. And I don't regret that phase, because me and my best friend really enjoyed some of the books, and we even today discuss some of those books. And but some of the books that we read were complete trash. They gave us literal headaches, but this one I enjoyed. And then we have Where Things Come Back. Then The Fault in Our Stars, A Boy in the Striped Pajamas, The Richest Man in Babylon. I really don't own such books, but I think these are my sister got these books from her office, I think. The Wedding, short history of nearly everything. This should be in the non-fiction. The Great Gatsby. I think I should unhaul this one. The Tobacconist, The Offing. The Offing was really nice. American Gods, need to try that one. Aragon. I don't know if I want to keep that one. Then Memoirs of a Geisha. Little Women. I don't want to keep that one. Then Leonardo da Vinci. It's his biography. Then The Sisters Grimm. I really want to try that one. This book is very beautiful from the outside and inside. And Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The Wicked Fox. A List of Cages. This Tender Land. I read this. I had heard really amazing things about that book, but I found it to be okay. Then Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I've not read this one, and I don't think I'll ever read it. And then An Intimate Note to the Sincere Seeker. This was also a gift. It was a gift to my sister from a conference. Then Tell the Wolves I'm Home. So, and the final things, I have this map. You really need to start reading more books from around the world, because sometimes I feel like I am really tired of reading the same books that are set in either USA or UK, and I need to read about different places and experience different places and different types of lives and different types of cultures. And this is a Harry Potter poster that I got with one of my like illustrated editions. Then these Harry Potter illustrated editions, three are here and one is here. And these are a few of my children's illustrated books and the encyclopedia folio. These books won't fit in that cupboard slash bookshelf that we've made, so I've kept them here. And books that these are a few of my art books that maybe I'll make a separate video on my art books. So thank you so much for coming along to see and arrange my bookshelves first and then have a look at them. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope I get to expand into all these empty spaces and read more amazing books. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.